there's no direct mention of a something, spirit, God, nature, essence, or whatever that rules over that. Well, the cacao has its own spirit, that's for sure. But to they fight that stuff or trying to go with that is forcing the stuff to be done.
Just by mentioning the cacao ceremonies, I think we can shift the topic, to talk specifically about the cacao ceremonies right now. Because like we all have seen, like, I think everybody there, maybe they got their certificate of being like a cacao holder or a cacao guardian nowadays, because everybody all around the world, like my clients in Europe, they say they always know somebody who is a guardian of the cacao or the keeper of the cacao. I don't know how they call like that.
Yeah.
And so now it would be good, like it's a perfect timing to really explain that. I know we already had like some other contents about explaining how the ceremonies of the cacao, but if you could just talk about that, like about the relationship between the Maya people and the cacao, would be great for us to start debunking this theories.
Well, let me tell you that everything contemporary in the contemporary exposure is fake. It's false. There's nothing. Cacao seeds are used ceremonially for payment, for healing. You can count cacao seeds for different reasons in front of the bonfire or the fire that you do for healing purposes, for to connect to the lords of the days, if you want to call it like that in English, the owners, los dueños, los nahuales. Obviously, it's very pleasant to have a good chocolate in your table, right? And if you uh, add chocolate and vitamins to milk or whatever, a shake, it's so good for you, really. Or whatever the variation to offer cacao in your party, it's okay. But there's no actual ceremony as such or that stuff. The only possibility is when the one that produces cacao goes and do some ceremony for the trees, for the plants, for the herbs in the cornfield to make them produce or to make the proper offerings to the earth. Or if you're not in that level of religiousness, well, to propitiate, to get, to be balanced with nature, to understand the cycles, whatever. And you do the incense of the cacao, the seed you receive. That is proper for every culture, for every, let's say, let's say nation or tribe in the Mayan ways to do the sacredness or to sacralize the production that comes from the earth, because we really value every seed. As for example, you cannot step corn seeds. You shouldn't step onto the cacao. But that is because you produce cacao, or you to offer cacao, or a person is like low in energy, you offer cacao. But making that into something else is not. Even the Popol Vuh as a play for a theatrical ways, that can be one of the ways to be understood. The Popol Vuh seems to be holding moments in which the one that is reading the cacao, the Popol Vuh, is offering, let's drink. Yeah, it's good, right? You can get the effects of the cacao that is not that heavy as anything else, and you can drink and enjoy. But there's no more than that. There's in the real ways of the Maya, of the Maya ways is no other thing. Let's say like an energetical beverage that you offer in parties, you offer in certain moments, and that you can establish, let's say, patterns based on the actual ways of the growing and harvesting and producing cacao, and it's good and it's very tasty. For example, one of the original ways is not the average cacao; it's cacao with chili. It's very strong, and if you're not accustomed to spicy cacao, you're going to be really having problems. And later on, just ask your bathroom how it was that ceremony. It's fake. It's completely fake. Is Do you know what reminds me? The Argentinian Uruguayans sharing mate. Yeah, it's good, it's beautiful, but it's not a ceremony for to change consciousness.
Yeah, it's very popular here in Brazil too. The mate, especially from the southern Brazil, that is very close to Argentina. Like it's a traditional stuff. Like everybody who come from there, like they always are drinking that. There's only like a there is no like spiritual stuff. There is like the Guarani ceremonies that are placed here, like
Yeah.
in Brazil, in Argentina. They have like the mate ceremonies, but not like in the way like the people think there's gonna be a shift and everything. It's just like for the depending of the period of the year, it's only like for warm up the body or just to have like a relaxed moment. That's it. The same way that they have like a drink here called shisha, that is a beverage come from corn, by the way, which is also famous here in South America. And I was seeing that I'm trying to find the name of the man that started like this stuff about the cacao ceremonies, because like for people who are watching here, like uh, there are these ceremonies of the cacao like happening over there, but it's not like a Maya tradition. This is from a American guy called Keith Wilson. Have you heard
Ah,
of him? Keith
yeah.
Wilson. Yeah,
Well,
he was the one that's.
we're going to hold. Let's say you tell me. I will go to your house. I will want to learn something about the Maya calendar. I will say, oh my gosh, we are going to have a conversation of 3 hours. I will prepare some cacao. That's it.
It's just like you offer
Let
like a
me
cup of
say,
coffee.
let me quote this stuff. I'm going to make it once again, but now I don't not. Let me. Yeah, there's this woman, an authentic woman that was researching to understand the stuff, and that she discovered that a number that is like crazy as you cannot imagine. This, she was in the last part of her investigation before presenting the paper. She discovered that only in the LA area, the last number she got for sure, that was that no less than 400 ceremonies were held every Saturday from ayahuasca. But now, as I said, things about politics, things about commerce, things about distribution, things about who is going to send it. And ayahuasca needs another component in herbs. Now think about the devastation of the original lands, the climbing plant is, or whatever. No, she was so surprised about, me too, maybe someone with sensibility will say, what? Only in LA, not taking into account San Francisco or New York. Let's imagine the quantity and also the fake, but also think about the pressure over the production, the cutting, the distribution, the sending, the economy of the peoples from the lands, the ones that distribute and everything. Just imagine the quantity. Now, this phenomena is happening with cacao. The consume by the popularity of this craziness is beginning to make pressure over communities who produce cacao. Some people who is not like that mad about. Distributors are always the people who, I heard this history, like in the jungle, in the Lacandon jungle, there are some places in which they even shift from the illegal production of marijuana to begin to produce cacao because now they get more money because American people will come to buy tons, and then the distributors send the stuff to the border, and they cross the stuff by different vias and by different means, and not really by importation of the seed, as the seed is like an agricultural product. They must smuggle the stuff. Then what craziness we're talking about? What craziness we're talking about?
Mm.
It's a fashion, yes, but now it's by tons. And that is changing the lives of the people that is producing cacao, only for the purpose of feeding the ones that can pay for that. For whatever purpose, I don't know. I'm not going to criticize. Maybe they get something from the cacao ceremonies. Why not? But you
Mm.
have to see what the full picture. And by the way, well, it can be a contemporary ceremony. Maybe some of the protectors, or some, maybe, why not? But still
Mm.
think about what you are producing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it's also I think that as like it starts like with an American that like this kid with was he is obsessed with the Maya people, and then he became like this shaman of the cacao, you know, making people drink. And of course, whenever people go to San Pedro La Laguna, you know, for the touristic places over there, you know, next to the Lake Atitlan, of course, my people would like to surf the hype as well, because people are paying like a very high money, you know, for that. So okay, if they are gonna be getting the cacao, why not just getting like the original one, right?
Well, in San Pedro La Locura, San Peter the Craziness, you can get everything. Panajachel, no less to say. Okay, that's what it fits you, I can provide you. But the ecological impact is brutal now. A fashion, something that is a fashion, and by the way, sooner or later it's going to be changed for something else. It's eventually going to change. Because that's what are the patterns of consume. And but now they are making so much changes.
Mm,
It's incredible the way it has been happening in the lands. Just imagine the peasant that suddenly found mine gold by producing marijuana. Now they are producing cacao.
mm,
Because you need to send tons and tons and tons of cacao to for the people who want to shift in consciousness or whatever. There's a practice now in which there's this group of women asking who want to get pregnant. They drink cacao and then they ask for the soul of the baby, mixing everything and I don't know, aligning chakras and whatever. I'm not, once again, I'm not anyone to determine if it's true or not. Why not?
mm,
There are so many crazy things, but
mm,
what I know is that is not mine. That is a creation, and that's the only way I can classify that. I wouldn't participate. I'm no longer that invited.
mm,
But still, is anyways, it is still a form of cultural appropriation. The increased consume is making changes already in communities, making getting problems in communities and reshaping the socio-cultural landscape of the people in the Mayan lands, but to produce, not because they care. Well,
mm.
this man came and bought 3 bags of cacao. Okay, but what it has to be done to cross, to produce, to do blah blah. Well, there's people who is getting wealthy because of this commerce, especially the ones that smuggle the stuff.
Yeah,
And
true.
every practice will entangle. Well, once again, I'm not against that, but I know what is authentic Maya and what is not. That's the only thing that I'm saying, right?
Yeah, because now mentioning to that, because now they want to include a new deity in the Maya culture, like the IxKakaw.
Oh,
Like I
it,
remember that I was researching that like to make like lots of like just to make sure, because I saw that the in the Popol Vuh like the Ishik, I think you briefly mentioned something about the.
in the Popol Vuh, in some points, there's the reading, let's drink.
Mm-hmm.
To be like The original pupú was read in a council and it was interplayed by actors. And in some moments, you drink to continue. That's it. There are no deity like that can rule nothing. There's no direct mention of a something that will rule as a meta human power. You call it whatever you want, spirit, God, nature, essence, or whatever that rules over that. Well, the cacao has its own spirit, that's for sure, its own
Mhm.
uh, 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 consciousness, spirit, nature, whatever you will want to call it. Soul, if you will want to call it. Yeah. But they fight that stuff or to begin to go with that is forcing the stuff to be done. Because for us, everything is sacred. Cacao is sacred, and stone is
Mhm.
sacred. My child is sacred. The cloth of my grandfather is sacred. Everything is the poops can be sacred because they renew the cycles of nature. In the Mayan ways, for example, there's not that much of a division of what is sacred and what is not. Everything can participate of the sacredness, and everything has to be respected.
Mm.
But now to create art and to con new deities is very false, and it is not true. There's no that.
Yeah, but let me share the screen here so we can both see like the images that people can.
Oh,
Can
wow.
you like this is the IxKakaw, the like they introduced. And when I was researching that, I remember I found this like on Reddit. People asking about, oh, the goddess of chocolate, IxKakaw, real or fake? There is a reply here from Cacao Maya that said, cacao supposedly originates from Nahuatl, language spoken by the Aztec, not the Maya, but I'm from the Cacao Maya in the central Guatemala, and I haven't heard of IxKakaw in any myths. It could be made up to make chocolate made by us indigenous Mayas, more appealing to New Age spiritualists. Some sources say that she played a part in the hero twins myth, helping Shikik. No, but I haven't heard about this before now. And so she is either fake or limited to specific small communities in rural Guatemala and Belize. Literally, likely fake though, is what he replied. He or she replied.
That is true. There's none.
Mm,
There's no date. If let's say that if we follow the Maya ways of understanding, everything is sacred. Yes, well, then cacao is sacred as such.
mm,
And so what? Everything is sacred. Same. Um, there are some other beverages in Maya culture that are not associated with gods and stuff, and that are more happily consumed, by the way. Mint
mm, mm,
but I'm not going to mention. I'm not. I wouldn't want to start a new stuff. But
mm,
uh, no, I'm
yeah.
thinking there's none. And by the way, it's more connected to the lowlands. In an let's
Mm,
say an average Maya ceremony, you can offer cacao. You can count with the seeds, or actually with the chocolate. You can offer chocolate, but that is the point. Like in a party,
mm,
you offer alcoholic beverages, or
mm,
in a wedding, you already you are going to get drunk. You are expecting that bottle on your table. Well,
mm,
this could be like in spirits, but cacao does not produce more than boost.
mhm,
Uh, Not like the connection with that, but still, well, there's people needing that. There's people offering that. It's okay. You only you know what would you want, but still is not Maya as a ceremony, and even less ancient for sure.
Yeah, it was good to clarify that, so people know that this is not traditional and or ancient. It's something contemporary. So if everybody say that it's Maya or has this mystical stuff, now you know that this is fake. Now it's debunked.
Yeah, for example, nobody talks about how cacao seeds are used to be paid for during fire ceremonies and the importance they hold in that sense. That is the real thing. For example, you ask me about that. I say, "Ooh, I will pay chocolate, I will pay cacao, I will overpay or rebalance a situation. I will drink something after that I will consider sacred, but not to, not, mm, but we're already in the framework of the Mayan ceremonies in which you collect those seeds, and that's it. Not that much.